Alright, what's up all you lovers in Loveland? I don't know, what? No, start again. No good, that was whack. I don't know what I'm talking about. I did not plan this. Alright, let's start again. Hi everybody, how are you? Much more normal intro, much more normal. See, I don't know much about normal if you guys hadn't already been able to tell, but sometimes it has its benefits, right? It has its benefits. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. All I know is that it's been a week, and what a week it has been. I gotta tell you guys, it's been a week. It has been a week. So, I'm not gonna lie, like, some of my views are very up and down on the channel. Gaming videos sometimes do really well, sometimes vlogs do really well, sometimes one over the other. But I gotta tell you, considering last week I uploaded the first episode... Oh, by the way, I didn't even mention the name of the title. I was so caught up in what I was talking about, I forgot to actually mention the title of the podcast. So, I'm sure you guys already figured out from the title of this episode, as well as the first episode. But yeah, I decided Jibber Jabber with Jordeve. That seems quite well, because, you know, you gotta think, like, Jibber Jabber. Like, you know, it's a thing to do. You're talking. You're, you know, having a chat. And that's what I'm doing. I'm having a little Jibber Jabber with Jordeve. Which, you know, when I bring other people on the podcast, they will also have a little jibber jabber with Jordeve. So, realistically, the title isn't exactly wrong. It's quite good, you know. Well, I mean, I'm not swell-headedly saying it's an amazing title, but I thought about it for a bit. I decided at one point I'd actually called the podcast Jiving with Jordeve or something like that. But I thought, no, that doesn't really roll. And I looked into the definition of jiving to be sure that I was right. Majority of the definitions didn't quite roll out with what I thought it did. So I was like, alright, back to square one. You know, it had its moments. I don't know. We could change honestly, we could change the podcast name at any given time. Like, it really comes down to what I think works and what you guys think works. If you guys think, I don't know about Jibber Jabber, but I think something else starting with J or something. I don't know. There's not too many words to describe talking that start with J. You know, there's jibber jabber and jiving. And jiving doesn't even quite cut it. So, yeah, had to start again with a different one. But yeah, so, you know, jibber jabber with Jordeve, ladies and gentlemen. Jibber jabber with Jordeve. Right. So, Jibber Jabber with Jordeve, episode 2. Now, I was speaking with a good friend of mine last night, and I said, did you watch the podcast? Oh, did you listen to the podcast? He said, he listened to bits of it. He was a bit busy at the time, but he managed to sneak in a few minutes. I think he might have caught wind of the fact that I do tend to ramble on sometimes without actually having much of a sort of schedule or a timetable of what I'd be talking about. A little checklist, as it were, of things that I want to talk about. And he's not wrong. Like, I'm looking at the thing here. I've been recording this for a little over 3 minutes, and I'm actually making this up as I go along. Like, part of me is trying to fill in time. Part of me is thinking, this is informative. But in the grand scheme of things, I just heard some... I don't know if I just heard a door shut outside my house or not. I hope not. I don't know. I can't be asked. Fuck it. Close the blinds so nobody can see. Yeah, so he did kind of take note of the fact that I do kind of need a bit more guidance in terms of, like, staying focused. And I've honestly said, this is why, like, if you guys watch my moto vlogs, that's almost essentially this. But where I'm looking around my room right now, I'm like, oh, look at the green screen. I'm like, oh, look at that. 41 hours of disk space remaining. What's up? Oh, okay, ooh, I've just been recording for about 4 minutes now. Very good, very good. Where I'm on the motorbike, I'm looking around, I'm like, so I was thinking to myself, whoa, watch it, buddy. Don't fuck it. Oh my god, I nearly got hit. Fuck. I just lost my train of... What was it? Oh, what was I saying? Oh no, something important. God damn, fucking... Oh, now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh no. Well, time for a new conversation topic, even though I was probably in the middle of an important story. Whereas here, I'm looking around my room, and I just think like, oh, there's my motorbike insurance. I'm pretty sure... Let's have a look at this here. Yep, issued back in October. I've already paid it. I don't know. I need to get a filing cabinet to hold on to those things. But yeah, so it kind of rolls with that, where it's like, I'll just talk about something, and then I'll just be like, oh, there's a knife in my room. I need to get rid of that. So anyway, different topic. What? Sorry. I did just get home from work. I've been up for about 7 hours now, just about. It's currently 11:27 a.m. as of where I'm talking right now. So I assume I should be a bit more tired than this, but for some odd reason, I don't drink caffeine, right? I haven't drank caffeine in 13 years, coming up 14. Not had any caffeine or anything like that. And fuck, this is me on like 4 hours of sleep. So I've been awake today more hours than I've been asleep. And it makes you think, you know, I should be like crashing and shit. And I might crash later. But yeah, as it is the 24th of December, Christmas Eve, ladies and gentlemen, it makes you think. Maybe I just want to burn myself up a bit so that way I can just get a nice, wholesome sleep tonight. Will I get a wholesome sleep? I don't know. But, yeah. We can talk more about that after I get back to my other topic. This is the fun thing about living by yourself. You never quite know if I'm having a stroke because I'm in the middle of a sentence and then I'll fuck it. And then, like, I've got no one to call, or no one to call me a hospital or a doctor or an ambulance or whoever. Anyone. I'm stuffed. Yeah, you run the risk, you know. But anyway, back to it. So yeah, it was pointed out to me that, yeah, I sometimes have a bit of a struggle focusing on the same one topic. If I'm in a call or a chat with someone else, if I'm at work or talking with a friend, I can riff off them. Whereas here, I'll just get distracted and I'll think, oh shit, how do I pull myself back to where I was before? Oh fuck, what was I talking about before? Oh no. So high even. And I'll forget and I'll think, So, I need to get a bit more focused up on that. I figured I could test the waters on this and see how we go. Maybe I could get away with it. Maybe I don't need to write something down. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I think realistically, it kind of comes down to, you know, how long I want the podcast to go for, right? I got a cup of juice with frozen juice blocks to keep it juicy, and it tastes full watered down. Ugh. That was not worth it. That's going to keep me hydrated. Now I'm not sure I'm going to have another sip of it. Ugh, excuse me. Yeah, so I think this is a water tester of maybe I could get away with staying focused relatively, because I think for the most part, I'm just a little bit short of hitting the 8-minute mark out of however long. I don't know. We still need to figure that out. But yeah, 8 minutes just about of talking mostly about the same things. Probably not so bad, because at least I'm not getting too ADHD disfocused in that. But I don't know. If I keep doing that little heavy breathing, like the little, it's because I'm trying to, you know, keep myself awake, because like I said, I'm slowly like drifting off in my head, feeling a little bit lightheaded. I was like, oh fuck, come on, stay awake. Plus I'm talking an awful lot. I'm like not having any breaths in between. I think that's something I need to work on. Like I said last week, I'll use this as a reflection of, oh, that sounds good, I'm going to do more of that. And oh, that sounds shit, I'm going to do less of that. So, I don't know, maybe I take little breaths in between, like little like, so I was saying, yeah, I don't know. I have been told, like I said, it's been an interesting week. I'm not going to get into too much of the specifics of what happened, but certainly last week, on the day that I uploaded the podcast, very interesting day. Honestly, through Saturday, I had half an hour of sleep that entire day. From like 12 to 12, I had half an hour of sleep. And in that time, I was very busy, with a few things. And it was mentioned to me that I need to, well, I won't get into specifics of what exactly was brought up, but it made me realize I'm trying to better myself, right? I'm trying to make myself a little more, like, I'm trying not to talk as much circumstantially. Like, I don't know where this kind of came from, but I do know one big thing that I do is, and I've been told this isn't a thing, like, this isn't a big issue, but I make it a problem by doing this. I can just be sitting with someone, whoever the hell, could be with some friends, like one friend or two friends, or could be with a girl, whoever. And if it gets quiet, especially if I was the last one to say something, and then it goes quiet, my initial reaction will be, oh, fuck, I've said something wrong. Oh, no, oh, shit, what did I do? Oh, no. Because I overthink so fucking much. You can probably honestly catch it from some of my videos and that, but oh my god. If you're a friend of mine Especially the closer friend you are, like friend or family, like close friend or family. Holy fuck. You honestly couldn't believe it. Like, you know me as a friend and that, or family member, and you think, we know he overthinks. It's bloody mental. He needs to cut that shit out. And it's true. I do. But, yeah, so if it goes quiet, I'll start to overthink, and I'll think, oh, shit. Oh, no, I've said something dumb. I've made it awkward. What do I do? So anyway, the movie, right? Or what happened here? Like, oh my god, shut up! You don't need to talk all the time. I've been told I don't need to fill in the awkward silences because, as it turns out, they're not awkward. That's just part of like my brain capacity and brain style. Is like, if it goes quiet, I'll think I fucked up and I'll try and rectify it. So it's like I'm putting a band-aid on a piece of skin that hasn't even been cut. You know. Like, I'll literally, there are times where if it's not broken, don't fix it. I'll almost feel like I'm breaking something just to fix it, like, the way I think it should be. So, you know, like, I'm looking at a knife now. You think, like, oh, I feel like having a Band-Aid. But I need an excuse for it. So I'll have a little slight nick on my arm and, ooh, I'm bleeding a bit. Oh, well, time to put a Band-Aid on it. You know, that's just kind of like my weird style of, I seriously need to stop that, but I can't. I'm working on it. Because I've worked on it. The fun fact for you is, this is actually, you know, this kind of works into the podcast style of talking about myself and telling stories and that. Last year. In fact, this could be a fun story to tell. Okay, I won't get into too much of the specifics because that's for a later time. Don't worry, you will definitely hear this story later on. You'll hear the full story, but I'll bring up the end kind of result. Some things happened last year, and it made me realize I need to better myself in some senses. I had a few, I had a few problems. So there was one key problem that I was trying to get sorted out. So I actually went and saw a hypnotherapist because I thought, I've been to a psychologist, I've been to a psychiatrist, I've been to doctors and whoever the hell. Sometimes they'd work, but it's just, for me, it's a temporary problem. It's kind of like, I don't know. Like drinking, I suppose. When you got a problem, you drink. The problem doesn't go away, you just forget about it for a moment. Excuse me. And I don't want to just, you know, I don't want to keep putting like a Band-Aid over a cut that won't heal because I keep picking at it. So I'm thinking if I just nip it in the butt and just, you know, do it, just fix it, I'll be a lot better off. So I went and saw a hypnotherapist and I don't know. Considering what the problem was, I don't think it entirely worked. Granted, it's hypnotherapy, so they say you need to clear your mind, and unfortunately my mind is so full. You know, they'd be like, all right, clear your mind, and I'm like, all right. Oh, shit. It's like a little Deadpool thing. Like, I was like, oh, shit. Did I leave the stove on? And I'll start thinking about stuff, and he's like, God damn it, you're not focusing. So, yeah. Didn't quite work for me, unfortunately, but it wasn't one of those, well, I tried and it didn't work, so I'm just going to stop. No. I've not fully finished. I'm still looking at other alternatives for ways to fix myself and better myself. Because it's one of those things. Like, you'd almost think it's kind of like wrestling. Like, I try to be a good person, but at the same time, I can turn on a bit of a character of being incredibly annoying to people when I want to. And as I've said, most of the time these days, when I was younger, it used to be I was annoying most of the time by accident. Now I'm most of the time when I'm annoying, it's on purpose, just to wind people up. Like, stitch them up, have a little laugh. But at the same time, that's not exactly what I want. Because it's one of those things where I want to be liked, but I also feel kind of spiteful. So I'm kind of like throwing it back at them and, like, I don't know. Not even throwing it back, honestly. Some of the people I do it to, it's not even their fault. You know, they didn't ask for it, but mostly it's banter, but unfortunately sometimes it might stem from a place that is not banterful. So, yeah. Problems need solving. I'm working on them. So I'm hoping, you know, at some stage or another, hopefully within a year's time, like, I can get my shit sorted, because, again, they say, like, you know, new knee, new me. I don't have a new knee, but I have a good personality. A new personality. Not a new personality, just a slight variation of my personality. Bettering the personality. I'm not an fuckwit. I'm not an asshole. Like I said, I like to be annoying sometimes, but it's one of those things, like, I'll wind you up for a laugh, but if shit goes down for you, you've never seen someone get to your side quicker than me. And that's not being smug or arrogant or something. That's me being honest. As I've said, if you've given me an opportunity in life to prove that I can be a good friend or something, I will make sure that you were not wrong. Unfortunately, I've slipped up with a few people over the last few years, but it's also over the last few years that I've realized I need to better myself. So I'm a lot more focused on what I need to do. And I think that's what you need. You don't need to change who you are. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to better yourself. Like, it's one of those things. If you're what's the word I'm looking for? If you're complacent and you think, oh, I'm okay now. All right, fair play to you. But if you think, I'm sitting at about a 7 out of 10 personality-wise, but I can be an 8 because it's good to be a better person. Robbie Williams made a fucking big song about it. Lord, he's doing all he can to be a better man. That's the same with me. I'm fixated on trying to be a better person because, like I said, I'll wind someone up for a laugh, but then at the end of it, I'll feel really bad because I think, okay, shit, did I take it too far? And I'll focus on what I'm doing and think, right, less of that, more of this. And, so again, that's why it's good with a podcast, because if I'm recording my voice or a video of me doing shit, I'll think, wow, fuck, I thought I was half decent in these videos here, just doing whatever, but holy shit, I come off like an asshole. And I'll be more self-aware when it comes to that. Self-conscious or self-aware, it's all the same. It's both for me. So, I think everyone could take a lesson from that. I've seen psychologists, psychiatrists, hypnotherapists, whoever. Not all of them worked, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop. Because it's not a one and done, tried it, didn't work. Guess it's not meant to be. Because if you want something bad enough, you'll fight for it. Believe me. I am a fighter. Sometimes physically, always emotionally. Since day one, I've always fought the good fight. Makes you think sometimes. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I fight for my right to be a better person. What the fuck is that? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's some it honestly sounds like a seagull flying by, and I don't live as close to the beach as I used to. So sure as shit, what the fuck? Yep, no, that's not seagulls. I've just taken my headphones off fully to hear what's going on, because I'm wearing headphones so that way I don't feel like I'm... if I've got my headphones off, I'll probably just go a little bit quieter sort of thing, and I'll think because I'm coming off loud. But if I've got my headphones on, I'll think, right, I sound a bit quiet. Maybe I'll turn up the volume a little bit. And before you know it, boom! Because that's something I watched back last week's video, or last week's podcast, and I sounded not quiet, but I don't know. Excuse me. Not bassy. To be fair, I think my headphones had fucked up, because I think, if I'm looking down here, I've got a double jack, so I've got 2-port. And I think the cord's a little bit frayed, so if it's twisted in the wrong way, the volume goes down, and sometimes, you can kind of get the, if I check effects here, what's it called? I like the backing track kind of thing. It sounds like a little backing track where this, it sounds watery, like you're listening to something underwater. And yeah, so I was just let me adjust the audio and shit. So I changed shit, and I was oh, that sounds better. And then as I was rendering, I played it back, and I was wait, that still sounds fucked. And I moved the thing. Sounds so much better. So before I edit this, I'll probably give it a listen over for a little bit. I'll make sure that things sound okay before I start tampering it. Because it's one of those things. You don't want to go into some hectic shit until you know that you've done all you can elseways. So, yeah. I think that could work. Anyway, it makes you think. Like I said, probably about 15, 20 minutes. I don't remember how long last week's... In fact, let me have a quick look at how long last week's episode went for. Because I want to keep it in the same realm of relativity. So if we go to my channel, it says here... Oh, don't play, don't play, don't play! You probably just heard it. No, I don't think you did, actually. No, because I'm not recording that way. 26 minutes. Yeah, so I think between 20 and 30 minutes. So... Not bad. I honestly think we could wrap it up here. I think this has been slightly informative. So, yeah, we'll do that. And yeah, we could leave it at that, I think. Sorry, I was just having a look at some of my analytics. About to get a little better once we upload this. But yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it here if that's all right with you guys. What do we think, guys? Roughly same time next week? All right, same time next week. Sounds good. I'm going to stop that. That's weird. I'm not one of those channels. Oh, I'll talk about that later. Oh, fuck now. I will talk about that later. Somebody remind me to talk about that later. And I will talk about it. But not now. Later. But yeah, speaking of later, I'll see y'all later. Because now I am going to head off and go do some other business. I've got some other things I need to do. So I want to get this done out of the way so I can get this to you guys as quick as I could. Because I know you guys are all excited. So I'll see you well, in a later video. If you don't watch the videos, but you kind of like to listen to me talk, then I'll see you in the next week's podcast. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. But whenever I see you, I look forward to it, as I hope you are too. But until then, cheerio, ta-ta, and bye-bye.